child till 2 months later.
That's the way we do, though. That's the way we do. We gonna protect our kids.
She shouldn't have to tell you right away, though.
Yeah, we gonna protect our kids.
A woman ain't a mother ain't finna tell you she got kids from the beginning, because she got to fill you out and make sure she even comfortable to let you know she got a child. So with that being said, nephew, sit right there and soak on ice, because I love you. This is good to me. Let's go on and get over to Juan, Miss James, and then Miss Sam. Tap the screen. Kevin
I'm still waiting, sis.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. I'm gonna wait. I'm just letting you know I'm still here. I'm just modding for you today. You know, I like grown-up conversations.
Yeah, he liked the show.
Hey, I'm going to say, you just touched on something, young lady, that I think most brothers, when they start talking to a woman with kids, that they forget that they have to talk to two different people, two different subjects. I like that. I like that analogy, and brothers should pick that up. You know, when you talking to a mother, is way different from talking to a woman. Just way different. So we have to come with a better game, I think, when it comes to, and when I say game, I'm not talking about like, you know, trying to switch up.
I get it. But, knowledge is game.
We have to come with knowledge when we talk to these sisters. And you have to figure out, like that brother there, when he found out that she was a trust fund baby, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, damn, okay, if she's trust fund baby, but down the line, that was going to come into play when she called the shots. You know what I'm saying? And no man is going to stand for that. It's disrespectful when you talk like that to a man. You know what I'm saying? You got to let him figure that out himself, and then y'all have to figure out what to do next. It's not good for a woman. I don't mind a woman making more money than me. I really don't. I don't have a problem with a sister who is successful and everything else. But you still have to recognize that there's a man there with an ego. You have to recognize it's a man there with an ego who believes he is a provider in the relationship. Whether it's financial or whether it's just giving you knowledge to make sure this. And if you act like you can't take that, that's not a relationship. That's somebody telling you what you want to do and what you ain't going to do. I can't deal with that. And that's my point right there.
I think for the women, though, let me just touch on this real quick, is that...
And then after... try to keep it under 1 minute, if you will, so we can go to Miss James, Miss Sam, and then Kevin Brown.
I think what some men forget is that women already have to deal with a lot in society as women. We are told we shouldn't have careers. We should be at home. We are told you can't be too ambitious. We are told you're supposed to support the man in your life. The same thing a woman is criticized for, a man will never be criticized for. You can have single fathers, no one says a thing. Single mothers, they have a lot to say. So you're not thinking about how far back she has been, like her values have been ingrained in her. Maybe she had a father that was like, I'm not going to be with somebody until I'm financially stable. I'm not going to put myself in front of a woman until I know I come with something of worth, because I want a woman of worth. So I'm going to come to her with value as I want her to bring value to my life. So automatically you don't know what kind of man her father was, because if she's a trust fund baby, her parents did right. And they were like, look, don't be with no broke, okay? Because this is how you need to be able to set your child up. You need to be able to set your future children up. And if you don't dig that deep, you just look at, oh, I'm attracted to you, I want you, this should go well for me because it's what I want. You're already setting yourself up for failure, because you do not know what she was taught by even the man that is her father. And that's why I said men need to stop trying to have conversations with us as women and start talking to our fathers who are actually around, or our mothers who are around, and probably taught us, look, we are going to make sure you are set. If someone comes,
what happens if they're not around?
Her mother or her father wasn't around, either one.
Yeah, but so what happens if they're not around?
There's someone in her life that probably shaped the person that she is. And I feel like we don't dig deep enough to look at those family traumas, or that like we don't dig deep. We're looking at what we see on the outside, but you don't know if she's ever been with people that use her for her money. I mean, that's another thing. And the one thing I've learned is we don't tell everyone what happened in our last relationship, because when you tell someone what happened in your last one, they are going to try to fix themselves so they don't show you the same red flags, all while acting like someone that they're not. And I think that's another issue with even bringing up, like, you never said like how long you were with her before you asked for money. Now I understand. Again, Miss Netra said, yeah, go ahead, Lady Jaya.
Yeah, and then we want to hear from Miss Jay, and then Juan, and then Sam, right?
I was with her for 5 months. Now, mind you, I didn't ask her for money. I didn't ask her for anything. She asked me, like, she was asking me for like pocket change to get something to eat, do this and do that, and I was giving it to her, sending it to her, whatnot. And but when it came for me,
I thought you said something about the cruise, her paying for the cruise.
That's what I said. When it came for me to ask for her to pay for the cruise, she cut up on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the position I'm in life, and you asked me to make this sacrifice knowing I don't have the money to send you. And I told you that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm making this sacrifice so that you can have something to eat and you can do what you do. But I never bring this up to her. I never brought this up to her like this. I'm just saying it now, but like, she wasn't willing to make those sacrifices.
The cruise was your test. The cruise was your test.
Yeah, and that's where I started making my decisions. Like, I'm gonna bag up and bag up. And when she started seeing me like be distant, she started offering me money. She started saying, "Oh, you want to come to Colorado with me? I put some money in a bank account. You can come to Hawaii with me." And she just started like flaunting her money to make me kind of like want to be with her, and it just turned me off, because I'm not that type of dude who go after a person because of what they got. I truly liked her because of the conversation, the times we got to bond on the phone, the long hours we talk, and just the time we were spending together, because she lived in a different state. You know what I'm saying? So bonding over the phone was all we had, and I had an issue with that because I was ready to go see her after 3 months, and she wasn't willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
she got a man then.
Suspicious.
After that,
for 3 months.
But I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. I wanna get to one. Miss Chase was next, and then one, and then Miss Sam, and then I got some I wrote down from the comment section. We can't say she was in a relationship, but I'm gonna tell you what I think it was, and write it down. Go ahead, Miss Chase, and then
hello everyone.
Okay, Miss Chase, and then you won, and then Miss Sam.
Me and my husband, we've been together from the bottom to the top, okay? Bills and whatever, we're going to make sure our bills and everything going to be paid. It doesn't matter if it goes 70-30, it doesn't matter. We're going to live our lives as one, okay? We got married as one. And we just going to do what we need to do. We're going to live. Like right now, we're living, and we're living our best life. Neither one of us work. We're both retired. So we're doing whatever we need to do. The kids are grown. Grandbabies is growing and everything. We're just living our life. It is because, it can be like 50-50. No, I don't believe in that 50-50 because anything can happen. It may be 70-30. But 50-50, and then you keep your money, then I keep mine. No. We're as one. So we should be able to do whatever we want to do and have no regrets. Just live life. We can't take none of this money with us. So why not enjoy it together? It doesn't matter who have more. Let's just enjoy life. If we love each other and we're one, let's just keep on growing together. Let's do the things that make us happy. We don't have time to be sitting up there arguing about this and that money and all that. No. Heck with the money. Let's just live life. Enjoy life and keep going. Keep pushing because we're one, right? When we got married, we were one. Let's just grow old together, okay? And that's that, okay? He has a room. Okay? I have a room.
Right.
Okay, he can go to his room with the man cave if he want to. It's okay. That's amazing.
And let me say this, and then it's on one, and then it's Sam. So thank you, Miss Shays. Y'all, I don't mean no harm, but I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there.
Okay.
If you hear me say that I'm trying to get away from messy TikTok, and you come through my live and you tell me another content creator is on live with that bald-headed bullshit, you might possibly get muted or blocked. I don't know. It depends on what I say to the moderators. I don't care about what Candy Comic is doing. I don't. To me, that makes my crowd lessen because people gonna run to the bullshit. I'm trying to get a crowd of supporters that really want to be here, whether it's bullshit or not. So respectfully, if I'm not on that bullshit, don't bring it to my crowd. Respectfully. I don't want to dwell in it forever.
Yeah.
It's over. I don't want to dwell in it forever. Let's make new content, positive content, good topics, things that are going to make you and allow for you to maneuver through life with some knowledge. That bullshit is over for Miss Netra. I said that and I meant that. That's not me every day waking up wanting to be in bullshit. He will be okay. We're on a good topic. Tap the screen, share the live, help me reach my goal, get the panel, and I'm back to my old ways. I don't live in bullshit forever. Don't come through my comment section interrupting my crowd. Respectfully. We're moving on. It's the end of everything. Let's move. Juan, go ahead. Let me hear from you. I'm done with that.
I heard Brother Kevin wanted to come in, and I know we skipped him, so I want to defer to him. Let him speak if that's okay.
Yes. Okay, Kevin. Let's hear from Kevin.
No, I'm back. I was just gonna say, I know it started off with toxicity, and then it moved to finances and relationships and stuff like that. And I will start saying Yellow was talking about.
He always got a messed up service,
that part of a conversation. I'm back in the crib. I'm sorry. I'm back home. Can y'all not hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Don't worry. Spectrum is coming out later on, Netra, so they'll fix it.
Over it.
All right. But anyway, what Good Yellow was speaking on is part of that toxicity that people want to keep throwing around. It wasn't toxicity. It's basically when you're going into a new relationship, you have to take your time and realize what you're willing to invest in that person before you just go all in, want to spend money on the person, seeing if it's going to be reciprocated and things of that nature. It doesn't always work that way. You also have to understand by looking at that person and knowing if she's not all about materialistic stuff, but if she loves nice things, nice materialistic stuff. I'm a gentleman that like nice things as well, but I'm not going to knock someone else because they don't have it, nor will I expect them to be able to do for me what I do for myself if they're not able to. If they can, and I still choose to want to spend time with that person, great. But if I know this person is asking for more than what I can do and provide in the short time that we've been together, I know how to gracefully move on and realize, damn, this woman might be out of my league. As a man, you have to know when that woman is out of your league, period. It's not up to her to try to force you to make you be able to live the way she wants to live to her standards, buy her the things that she wants to buy, and be able to support her the way she feels or wants to be supported. Man, if she's looking for somebody that's going to be a provider and you're not that type of guy that can provide the lifestyle that she's in right now, you have to move aside and let some man that's willing to do that, do that. Don't go in hoping that my finances will get better. My job will get better. She'll like some of the things I buy. She'll like this, little small Coach purse instead of Tory Burch or, the Birkin bags or whatever. You can't go in with them wishes and hopes. You got to know in advance if you can do this, if you can sustain this for a lifestyle, not a short time, not a period of time, not until you realize, damn, I was bamboozled. You can't go into a relationship like that because it will never fail. And me, as a man, I've had to tell a woman, hey, I'm a single dad that takes care of two kids that's still in college too. You ever think about saying, if I need some assistance, I don't need it, but did it come out of your mouth to ask me? You're okay with telling me you need assistance, or that you're short on something, that your girls might need this, whatever. Ask me. I'm a man. Yeah, I'm a strong providing man. I got my own everything. But guess what? It didn't come out of your mouth to ask, to see if I need it. So you shouldn't expect it from me on your end just because you're a female that's called a single mother. I'm a single dad. What is the difference? There is none, especially if you want a good providing dude. Be willing to help him out when needed. And that leads to that, not the 50-50 thing, because I don't believe in the numbers. I believe in let's do what's right to support our family, our household. Because there might be some months or some years when, you can do the 130 and then the next year you drop to 90. It happens in real life. And people don't want to admit it, but it does. You can lose a significant amount of income when you are doing what you're supposed to do. But guess what? You still have to take care of the house. And hopefully you find a good partner that is willing to help when those times hit versus it being money. It's all hours when you're living in here, eating, sleeping, water, washing, electricity, car notes, insurances, and all those things. It's hours. But when that rough time hits, when the bank account's feeling different because you took a $30,000, $40,000 loss this year, that's when the partner should step up and be like, no, let's do it this way now. Let's readjust what we used to do. Let's adjust it so we can continue to do the things that we've been doing without either person feeling as though they're getting slighted or being disrespected because you were asked to take care of something different than what you was used to taking care of. It's nothing wrong with paying a light bill.
So I have a question, because this is good to me, because I have a up and down. It's going in and out, Kevin. So I don't know if it's because you changed, but it's good. It's listening to it. But I do have a couple of questions on that. So 2 questions. Is this on the level of a marriage? The first question. And then the second question is, hear me out. And I don't know if it's generational, women. Hear me out. Because you're a man, and in my era of life, I was taught, and I do believe, that a man overpowers a woman in everything, as he should. And I'm a very scriptural person. I believe in the word of God. It is what it is. But he said that the man is the head. So my expectations coming in is for you to be a leader. That's in everything. Finances. Hear me out. I know one, I see you coming out clear. But my expectancy, now I might not, because this is tight, but it's right, it's my feelings. My expectancy is for you to lead in everything in my life as a woman, because you already come in overpowering me. So that's in protecting me. That's in my finances. That's in my mental. Something about you should be able to groom me when I'm down. And even though I'm gonna return that love when I see you down, but you're the head. Unless the good Lord strike you with an illness. To me, you should always be like this. Like, hear me out, Juan. You should always be carrying the most of it. You should always be able to, but what I have seen and what I have witnessed is the women be the strength. Hear me out. Because they say behind every good man is a strong woman. They say, this is just what they say, but it's truth, and men won't acknowledge it. But where you're supposed to be this, it's hard, baby. Oh God, I'm where you're supposed to always be this, because you lead by Christ. He said you're supposed to love a woman as Christ loved the church. We end up taking this up. because we complete you because we're the
Can I ask you a
real.
question, Netra?
And hear me, dude, this is deep. We end up being the one that seemed like to us carrying the oh honey, get up. Like y'all leave us even all the way down. Y'all don't think this matter, but all the way down to where we going to eat tonight. Y'all some kind of way gonna reverse it to what you want. Hear me out. Y'all gonna always reverse it to what you want to eat. And then y'all excuse is gonna be because you're picky.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the woman wants you to lead even in dinner. Now that's my 2.2.
All right, but you gave us
Dang you
so I'm gonna take it back. Hold on a second.
Dang you today.
Okay.
No, hold on a second, Juan. Let me finish this, Juan.
Go ahead, bro.
Juan, let me finish this because I got to go to a game. And then you come back. Netra. I'm going to say it to you this way. In all of those things, you're correct. But first off, it doesn't matter if it's a relationship or a marriage. Because like I said, you build to that point. But when it does become a marriage, it is for richer or for poor, for better or for worse. Meaning that if something should happen to that provider and that leader, he should have a great woman that is willing to step up and left off. Okay? Because if he can no longer do it the way it's done, let's step in to help out. Correct? Would you agree?
Oh, baby, he had a chokehold. Come on, Kevin.
Did you hear me?
That server's nervous.
No, did you not hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, it's nervous because y'all don't want to listen. I said when he falls off,
it's nervous because you ain't on your ball head.
So whenever he falls off, that's you should be able to pick up about where he can no longer sustain it. That's what a marriage is for. Now, when it comes to you women not wanting to be the same for yourself, we as men get tired of saying the same shit. Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? It don't matter to me. I can eat whatever because we're trying to please you. And y'all always say, it don't matter, whatever. And when we make a decision, I don't want that. We just had that. Let's go somewhere else. So what is the point of constantly making a decision when y'all going to overrule it anyway? Correct?
My
Kevin,
thing,
I'm just asking.
Kevin, that depends on the woman, right?
Y'all already knew which way he was going to
that depends on the woman, Kevin. Because that depends on the woman. Because sometimes when this is my opinion, when the woman is, I'm talking about in love, I'm talking about ride or die in love, they're gonna roll with the punches. But if you had that one that's always combative, and that's what they're gonna get. Oh, I don't know. You get where I'm coming from. So to each his own. I don't want to categorize say all women. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's just like with the finance thing, right?
It's all.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I disagree with you, homie. Listen, right?
When I ask my husband where he want to eat, that mean I want to treat you to where you want to eat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kevin. I'm not gonna say all. It's just like when the host was saying with the finance, right? In some relationship, the woman could be strong
When
with
he
the
says
finance,
go get
right?
wings and beer, what are you saying?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Roll.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Back and forth. When you go with that back and forth, I don't want to eat no more. I'll just pick what I want then. When you go with that back and forth.
Yeah.
Listen. I want. There's some great things in there, but again, if you're married, y'all have to have that. You already have to have that love and companionship about, who's going to take care of what. I think when a man first gets married, he automatically understands that he is the provider for his family. Yes. Now, if you just in a relationship, y'all still going through trials and tribulations before you even get to that point. You got to be able to have a conversation about finances in these relationships.
Right.
When you can't have conversations about finances, man, you can't have a relationship, because that is what breaks up relationships. The 50-50, I'm 62 years old. when it's me trying to ask a woman out, if I ask you out, I don't care what you want. If I ask you out, you say, yeah, I'd like to go out, I'm going to pick a place that I think that we will like, because I'm being a leader. I'm going to pick a place that I think we will like, and we're going to go there, and you're going to have a great time. If we don't mesh, then that's what I wanted to do. I'm not forced to say, oh, well, I think we should go 50-50 and all that. No, that's not how that works. If you ask me to go somewhere, I'm expecting you to take care of your business. If I ask you to come with me, I'm just born to take care of my business with you. If you my wife, and I've never been married, but I've only been in a 14-year relationship, but if you're my wife, we have to talk about what we're going to do as a couple family. If you got kids and they not my kids, we have to talk about how I talk to your kids. What can I cannot say to your kids? It's hard.
Wait a minute. We got to hear from Miss Sam. Wait a minute. We got to hear from
It's always the one that open up the can of worms and fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Miss Sam hasn't talked.
Y'all, I know everybody ready.
Years with no ring.
Hey, Juan.
I know.
Hey, Juan,
wait a minute, y'all. Give me 2.2. We got to hear from Miss Sam.
I got you.
And then I know everybody got the same damn question. 14 years and no marriage.
Yeah,
let's hear from Miss Sam and then everybody else. Oh my God, Miss Sam, let me hear from you.
Netra, before I go, we had y'all ass in the chokehold until you said that. Damn.
Miss Sam, you go ahead. I got something to say after you.
Don't go nowhere, Juan.
Okay. Hi, Miss Netra. Hi, panel. Hi, coming cousins.
Hello.
So I was wanting to come up. I wanted to talk about the financial aspect of marriage. So with me and my husband, right now, I'm currently receiving disability. Okay. And we do have a business. We do have a couple of properties, but I struggle with the guilt side of my husband is out here working. He paying all these bills, and he works really hard, and I get one income a month. And with that income, I maintain our life insurance policies and, buy household things and do some of the grocery shopping.
Thank you.
But I struggle with, like everyone was saying, what if something happens to him? How are we going to maintain? Now, he does very, very well with saving money along with, making all these payments and everything that he has to dish out. So I just wanted to ask, how do like I said, I hear everybody say, 50-50, 40-60, and, all of this, but I struggle with I feel like, and I've expressed this to my husband, I feel like I'm not putting in as much as he should. It's an aspect to where, like I said, what if something happens to him? So a couple of years ago, he did have a heart attack. And
I have a question before you go further.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not putting in as much as he should. That confused me.
As much as he does. Like I said, I only get one.
Okay.
Yes, I only get one income.
Are you not putting it in because you don't have the capability to put in? Or are you not putting in because you feel like he should do more than you?
No, ma'am. Even with me receiving disability, I do work from home, but most of that, I mean, if I'm gonna be real transparent, that's less than $500 a month. That, and I add with my disability check, and I try to relieve some of the pressure off of him, like doing the majority of the grocery shopping, buying things for the house. But on a month-to-month basis, I can say he can dish out at least $3,000 or more. Because, like I said, we do have a business, we do have 2 properties, but there's on those businesses, there's bills that we have to pay. So. And I talked to him about it, and he says, well, you do all the paperwork for the business. He tries to make me feel better about the things that I do, but when it comes to financially, I just feel like, okay, at some point, if something happens, what am I gonna do? How can I really help him relieve some of this pressure? And that's just something that I struggle with, because before I was disabled, I was able to work a full-time job. I don't have any children.
But it sounds like you're helping him, so...
Yeah, that's what I was finna say.
Yeah, it sounds like you helping him to your own disability, so...
Has he mentioned anything to you, or is this something that you feel?
It's something that I feel, because again, we take trips and things like that, so I try to put a little money aside when I know we're going to take trips, and I try to have like spending money. I do surprise him from time to time.
Girl, you doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
I'm just being truthful.
Hey, Netra, can I say something real quick to her, Miss Sam?
Yes.
I wanted to ask.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just going to tell you, I can assure you, you're doing your best. But if you feel as though you're not, I would just ask him as a respectful partner, don't allow in your head for it to get worse and you think he's having a problem. Be woman enough to ask him to make sure that he knows you're doing the best you can right now during the situation and the timing that y'all have. I guarantee you he's not going to fault you for that. He's going to love you even more, knowing that you care about what is going on and you're doing your best to try to make it easier for both of y'all. That's where the love and communication comes in at.
And he tells me that all the...
You're going to stress yourself out even more trying to do it.
Yeah, he says,
Sam,
at the end, I am, and every time I bring this up when I talk to other people, they always tell me, quit stressing. He's not worried. Why are you worried? And you're talking to everybody. No. I'm sorry. I do talk to him. I bring this up to him so much. I think me bringing it up to him is stressing him more than what I'm actually doing.
Just your tone of voice right there sound real soothing. So I'm quite sure you know how to soothe him. Just your tone itself and the way you're. I'm just judging how you talk and how you came up, how you so concerned. Where in his mind he at peace, and that's all that matters, right? If you spoke to him, well then that's all that matters. If you had this conversation with him and he had peace, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, you just need to pray on it. You need to pray on it to take that worry from yourself.
Well, you got a good heart. It's not a lot of people like you out here in the real world. If you're gonna keep it real,
because you know what I do. You know what I do. Every year we try to take a vacation. So I have like 2 change cans around my house. So when I know that we're about to take our trip, y'all should see me. I get so excited. I take my change cans in to the stores and see how much I saved, and I'll be like, look, babe, we can use this for this. Or, I try, because like I said, before I became disabled, I was a worker, and I was able to take care of myself and not depend on no one. And I think the fact that I'm absolutely financially dependent on him is a mental thing that I'm going through, because I've never had to.
Right, you're going to have to pray on that.
But you as peace,
you got
though,
to
Sam.
stop feeling like you're
you
less
as peace,
than.
Sam. You as peace. As long as when a woman give a man his peace, man, that is life. I promise you.
Yeah.
That is life
Because
itself.
he doesn't do.
Yeah, you have to stop feeling like you less than. I think that you have to know. Hear me out. Because what happens if you get bedridden or something? There should be a multitude of love that you had to offer that takes the place of money. Like, people have to realize that a relationship is not just built on finances. Even though that's the biggest part of struggle, it's not what a relationship is built on. So you have to realize that if you've been a good person, they said, Rika, if you've been a good person and you have given your all in a relationship, there should be something else in you that comes to offer and replenish or replace where you don't have the finances, because it sounds like you're doing the best that you can. So your love, that's why people are telling you the same thing. And that's why he's not bothered by it, because you make up in other areas. You probably keep a clean house. You probably cook a meal. You do his laundry. You just buy him something suddenly. Those things take place where the finances don't. That's my 2.2.
Yeah, she said she do the bookkeeping and everything. You good.
So you add or take away.
Right. So the only thing my husband does when he gets home is take out the trash, and that's it. I don't require him to do anything else. Everything else I take care of, even outside of the house. When it comes to, like, he has 2 adult children and 4 grandchildren. So if it's anything going on with them, they come to me. I try not to worry him. I make all his doctor's appointments. Matter of fact, we go to the same doctor. So I try to make the appointments on the same day. I do everything to where when he pull up, all he got to do is come in the house, eat, and relax, and repeat the next day.
Yeah, just stop it.
Where you going?
Get
Nowhere.
out of here.
I promise you ain't going nowhere. Hey, Kevin, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Stop it. Stop it. Get that woman. Put that woman on mute. Put her on mute.
Honey, you doing something good.
Hey, Sam, you could be making $100 a month. I got you, man. You ain't got to worry about that. What? Nothing. You ain't gonna worry about nothing.
I'm going to tell y'all what else I did. I did ask him a couple of years ago to buy me a pressure wash machine, right? And he was like, well, I can only do this on Sundays because that's the only days he's off. I was like, honey, I didn't ask you to pressure wash the house. I want to do that. I try to do, I don't take out trash, and I don't roll the trash can. I don't do that. Okay. But everything else, I try to maintain. I keep asking him, like the last 2 days, I'm like, what do you want for Valentine's Day? He's like, I need new work uniforms. I'm like, uniforms? Like I buy uniforms every 6 months to make sure, we have a business. So I need to make sure, he stays professional looking and everything. So I just wanted to hear. Yes, sir.
I'm going to say this to you real quick, if you don't mind, and do not take it disrespectfully. Continue to be his partner, his wife, not his assistant. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And I know you don't.
Yes, sir.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying, don't allow yourself just to feel as though you have to do something to stay in the relationship that you're in. Continue to be his wife and not just his assistant that can take care of all of his responsibilities, doctor's appointments and clothing and all of that nonsense. I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. All I'm saying is, for the sake of your marriage, continue to be his wife, not just his assistant, because he appreciates what you do, but he also married you before you went or had your disability that didn't allow you to continue to work. So it wasn't an arrangement, so don't make it an arrangement now. That's all I'm trying to say, respectfully as I can. I'm pretty direct when I say it, so that's all I wanted to say to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you're doing a marvelous job. And if for those that was in here before you came up, I said the same thing about to Netra about what happens when the for better or for worse, or the richer or for poor comes in. It's not always dependent upon the man to be the provider and the leader. And that's exactly what I was saying, because sometimes that woman has to step up and take over the role and do that what a man can't do any longer. So that's all.
That's it, for better or for worse.
I do have something.
If you asked him about paying a bill outside, now what I don't, anything that comes out automatically, which is like the car insurance and things like that, I don't deal with that. But if you ask him anything about the electric bill, the water, he has no clue. All he tells me, okay, I put the money in the bank, go ahead and pay the bills, and that's what I do. But as far as staying his wife, I do, spontaneous things for him. I try to keep up with dates, and even if I'm not doing dates, if I just cook, I try to make it, the ambiance good. So I am keeping up with being his wife and his partner as well. I think I'm just in my head too much of thinking.
If it ain't, man, you're doing marvelous.
Miss Sam, because
yes, ma'am.
What I want to say is this: you are in a better position than a lot of people are. Yes. The one thing that messes us up is when we overthink and we're not living in the moment. Right. If everything is running smoothly and this person has nothing to say and complain about, all those things going through your head, you're not living in the present right now. You're living in the what if I don't do this, what if I don't do that. I don't live in what if. You have to live in you guys have a system. You continually having these thoughts that are all around is going to mess up the system, because when there's a system error, things start to mess up.
That's true.
Things starts to trickle down. So you would probably get him to the point that he's just more annoyed that he has to keep reassuring you, because no one wants to keep reassuring someone. It's like, okay, if I reassured you once, I don't want to have to keep doing this, because as usual, I have to make sure that this system is still running good. I just need you to keep doing what you're doing because it works for us. But all these extra thoughts, you're not living in the present. You're living in your past. You're living in the what I used to do, what I feel I should be doing. You need to live in the present, because we don't know how much time we have on this earth. To be worried about all of that is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, if you lead with God, God is always going to make sure, because that is a higher power than both of you.
Right. And that's what I was saying. You stressing yourself out, you're going to make yourself even worse by stressing, worrying about whether or not he worried about, it's just, you're going to have to, you got to let it go.
Lady J, what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You doing marvelous. If I can give 2.2, stop bringing attention, especially in a relationship with good balance. Mm-hmm. Don't bring attention to what you're not doing, and bring more attention to what you do. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
He's going to pay more attention to what positivity, because a lot of people lose relationships over 20%, the 80-20 rule. Mm-hmm. That 20% don't matter when that 80 is everything. Mm-hmm. So don't find yourself losing a part of you, even in a relationship, feeling like you're not doing enough. Know your worth and what you're doing. If I'm doing the best that I can do, I'm not going to give you more than the best that I can do. That's where depression and all that stuff come in, because you don't feel like you giving all the best that you can do and live in that moment. That's my truth too.
And you know what, Miss Netra,
Thank
what
you.
I want to touch on, Miss Netra, because I know the people in the chat been waiting on it. Now, Juan and Kevin, I got look, you guys tried us, but I gotta tell you something though. Now,
I'm with you.
The one thing that we have been having a problem with is that men do not police their fellow man. Now, let me talk about it.
Yeah, because lead me there. Where we going?
Because there is always women being told how we need to do to be with our man, how we need to treat these men. But then you have men out here that are keeping women waiting for 14 years. You have men that are that but still want her to do wifely stuff. But you want her to use all these years pleasing you when there are men that would marry her within 6 months to a year because they know her worth. How long do you need to make this woman wait?
Let me hear him so we can hear her, because she got something to say.
Why do we need to wait so long for you to figure it? Also, let's talk about the marriage portion of it. There are women that have built their men up to success, and then when they get too high on the horse, they start to make mistakes, which I don't believe those are mistakes. Mistakes are stuff that you accidentally do. When you make a conscious decision to step out on the wife that held you up and got you all the way up there, that's a conscious decision. But these things happen. There are many women women are told that we have that biological clock. And when you are waiting 3+ years for a man to, like, he's giving you all these things like, oh yeah, you're wifey, but you're not putting a ring on my finger. You're
but at the same time, right? Let's not be biased. It works both ways, because she got to hold herself accountable as well too. Vice versa with the man, right?
No, I understand that. What I was saying was that
I must say, hold on. Let me say this. Hold on, Miss Mark. Because Dart said it. He said because they're still doing girlfriend shit. So hear me out.
Yeah, take off.
Because at some point, you have to put some of that responsibility on a woman, because what woman is allowing herself 14 years in a relationship without some stability?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, we can't put the whole multitude on a man when you got a choice and will.
Yes.
So why did you stay there 14 years as a girlfriend?
100%.
You got to know something. It's got to be some balance somewhere.
My portion, exactly. My portion was this, though. I'm talking about the man side of it, because when you think about it, the woman is trying, like, all the time. There's going to be those women that feel like they have to stay and also prove themselves. But when does it come your point as a man to be like, okay, I've made her wait 14 years. Let me do this. But why would you even make her wait 14 years? Because again, it's both parties. I'm not waiting 14 years. We might as well just be partners forever.
He didn't say he made her wait. He said that they were together.
No. I don't mean Ron. I'm just saying like that brought up something that actually an actor did. Like, he was dating this girl for so long, and then finally he gave her a ring after like 14, 18, 20 years, and it's like, what made you wait so long, like, to even do that?
It's on you, Juan. Listen, Juan.
Okay.
Now,
listen, Juan. Now, think before you speak. Now, Juan, keep it real.
Let one answer, and then we'll hear from me.
Okay.
Let me land this right quick. So let me just take you to the whole scenario. When I was 20 years old, I was a thug. Okay. I went to jail when I was 20. I went to prison when I was 21. I came home at 25 for a year. I didn't learn shit like I thought I did. I went back for 8 more years. Okay. When I came home at 35, I was still the youngest, all outdoors, don't know nothing. Now, mind you, I didn't have what you had. Those relationships that most of y'all had, I have not seen, right? And so when I met this young lady, she had already been married twice. So the relationship wasn't about, at first, the relationship wasn't about whether or not we were really going to stay together that long. We was just friends. And so, as friends do, sometimes you get into relations. We got into sexual relations, and she had a child. Now, I got 3 kids. Now, mind you, like I said before, my kids came before I went to the penitentiary, and 1 came after. So I didn't get a chance to go through none of the pregnancies whatsoever. So yes, I wanted to marry this chick, but this young lady said that she did not want to get married again. And my thing was okay with that because I wanted to raise my son. I didn't want to. That little boy you see in that picture, I was with that little boy since he was a little egg. And so that was my joy right there. And then when he got to a certain age, it just seemed that she kind of got jealous of our relationship, me and my son, and she just did her own thing. And I was okay with that because my main thing was just to raise that boy, which is now 21 and pretty successful as a 21-year-old, and I'm still a father to him, trying to keep him on the right path. Me and the mom, we cool, you know what I'm saying? That's that. But that was why that 14-year relationship was like that. So there are circumstances, young ladies, that sometimes guys just fall into, and these relationships last that long because the other person is just tight. Maybe that woman, maybe she's not ready to get married because every woman don't want to get married. Mm-hmm. I've come across women, like I said, I'm 62 years old, so for the past 15 years, I've been sitting out here, I've been dating. Do I want to get married? I see guys that married their high school sweethearts. I love people who are married because I envy that relationship. And I just try to figure out, damn, this is when I messed up, you know what I'm saying? I could always be better. So, yeah, it took a lot of work. She didn't want to get married again. And I would have married this young lady, but that's not how it was. So that was my situation. Okay? Yeah. So I don't know, I can't really talk about everybody else's, but there are certain circumstances. And I just wanted to say this, I'm gonna land the plane. When I try to talk to women.
Oh, it's a lot of noise in the back.
That's just me. I'm sorry. I'm about to land my plane. When I talk to women, some women, like the one young lady said, that we should be wary of the woman who has kids and how she presents the kids to you. Well, there are women who won't really give me time of day because I have 3 kids by two different moms. You know what I'm saying? They look at me like I'm not worthy, and I make good money, and I do good things in my community for the young brothers, like this young lady is saying. I do try to strengthen our young brothers that's talked to me before. Guys talk to. We talk to people of all ages, so don't think we're not out here trying to strengthen these brothers. The person I should have married told me to stop selling drugs, and I didn't. And so I was hard-headed. So I probably would still be married to her. And I lost her. So that's just going to be it. And I'm landing the plane on that. Thank you, ladies.
So I do have a